not going to really worry about people hosting topics because it's just literally pass it around and let us converse about the direct right now. So I'll just get the direct shared here. We can just get that playing for people that, want to see the recap of everything. That being said, look, me and Stash Man, we're already kicking it off. Like this morning, we were live streaming it. We gave some thoughts in. Obviously, we've had all day to sit on this and think more about it, see the world's reaction, as Stash was saying, which everyone seems to be reacting a certain way. And that's okay. Everyone's allowed to have their opinions. So instead, let's start with Gamebird, man. What are your thoughts on this direct overall?
Are we doing just like initial thoughts right now, or are we doing like more of that like deep dive?
Whatever you want. You get deep. There's 4 of us. Get deep.
Dive deep.
Let's get deep, baby. I thought this direct was fantastic. I think it was great. Having said that, I could see why this direct might not be for everyone. RPGs are one of my favorite, if not my favorite genre of gaming. So with that out there, this direct opened really strong with a brand new Monster Hunter Stories. Love the art style. It's beautiful. I love the cell shading. Looks really cool. I've played both Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2. I love the combat system. Really fun games. I'm really looking forward to this. I am really bummed because, not even joking, I had this on my bingo card. This was one of the games that I pulled off. This was one of my risky picks. New Monster Hunter Stories. I pulled it off. There's another game in this direct that I pulled off that I'm bummed that I did. But start off really strong. Then strong closing. I put on my bingo card. This was something I really, really wanted, and I predicted. I put new HD 2D game. We didn't get one new HD 2D game. We got 2. Yeah. That's a huge win for me. So strong opening, strong closing. I think the new Pac-Man remaster looks fantastic. I'm really excited to play that one. Chronos looked really cool from the Blooper team that did Silent Hill 2 remastered, or the remake. So I'm excited to see what that game's about and really check that one out. And then Elliot, is it Elliot? Sorry, it's been a long day. I watched the direct. I went to work. I haven't seen any of the discourse on this, to be honest with you guys.
It's The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales.
The Millennium Tales.
Title.
Thank you. Really, I downloaded the demo. I got to play like 2 minutes on my break, so I've barely scratched the surface other than hitting A to get through some of the early dialogue. But it seems like people are comparing it to Zelda from the brief stuff I've seen on Twitter. Yeah. That's a huge win for me. But I think this one was solid. And listen, I've seen a few. I haven't watched anyone's videos on it. I don't know what the discourse is, how people are rating it. I have seen some negative comments on Twitter. I've seen like really stupid stuff saying like just another reason not to buy a Switch 2, which I wish they'd elaborate more, because I'm like, it's like it's the full sentence. More games, another reason not to buy Switch 2. Is that like, elaborate on it? Is it you don't want to own a console with great RPGs on it? So that's like that. There's too many RPGs. I don't want a console with like, elaborate it. And if someone writes something like, hey, like, I'm not really into RPGs, I found this direct underwhelming for that reason. New Katamari, by the way, too, which looks like a lot of fun as well. I love the original. Like, that's totally okay. It's not going to be your cup of tea. Trust me, I like, if we got a Call of Duty focus, you guys already know I don't care about Call of Duty at all. So if we got a Call of Duty Switch 2 Center Direct, like, I'd never be like, oh God, just another reason not to own
you
a
said
Switch
it
2.
to voicemail, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, that stuff's just so silly. It's like, if there's obviously going to be shows that aren't going to have games that you're interested in. I think people need to chill out. I think it's exciting that what this does show us, based on the first announcement of Switch in this, is that we're getting really strong third-party support right out the gate. Like, third parties are hitting the ground running. Yeah, we don't have release date yet for Elden Ring or Final Fantasy VII Remake, but we know they're coming. Oh, another one. Dude, Persona 3. A lot of us predicted that last night. That was, for anyone who didn't play Persona 3, who maybe loved 5, or even metaphor. Persona 3 is really what put the Persona series on the map. They did Persona 3 Fez, which was phenomenal on the PS2. That's a huge win. Guys, you know I'm a huge Yakuza fan. So I was already like amazed when we got 0 on Switch 2, a Switch 2 edition. We're getting Kiwami and Kiwami 2. That's a massive win. I'm very happy with this partner showcase. Do I think it's an A+? No, but for me, my love of like pixel RPGs and JRPGs in general, and some of the third-party offerings here, I'd give this one a B, B-. I think it was great.
Sweet. Eric.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent direct. I was watching it, watching you guys stream, at work. Yeah, it to me though, the biggest complaint that I have is it felt like the pacing was phenomenal, but it felt like it was over in 2 seconds. It feels like they could have easily had a 40-minute direct with what they've announced and then what we have yet to hear. So that was kind of like, I just was like, okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. Okay. I mean, I'm probably not going to pick up a lot of these games, but hell, they look good. And then all of a sudden it was like, it's over. I'm like, wait a minute. What? Damn. I could use some more. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, it was a decent direct. Do I think it was an A? I mean, no, because I'm not going to pick up probably any of these games. Might be 1 or 2. The Hello Mouse game looks interesting. Might be one that I pick up or look at.
Alex, hella cool.
Yeah, it does. It does. But
oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I have really no major complaints about it. So I just was hoping for a lot more, to be completely honest. It was too short. That was my biggest complaint. It's just too short. Needed more.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit short. I think what would have maybe been nice to have in here is to get some of those release date confirmations. It would have been nice to see. We know that Hyrule Warriors is coming this winter. Would have been nice to get a little bit more of a deep dive on that one. See some of the new gameplay mechanics, as well as official release date. Again, I mentioned earlier Elden Ring and Final Fantasy. Those are big ones that we're waiting on release dates for. I think it's obviously we could have had that here. I'm assuming, I think we all were in agreement last night that more directs are coming. This isn't the end. We got a lot of more stuff coming. There's a lot to be excited about. But I agree with that. I do feel like it could have been a little bit longer. I feel like they probably could have squeezed more in here. But for me, I mean, I don't know. The way the show opened and closed was excellent, in my opinion, for a partner showcase. And I say that with understanding that not everyone likes RPGs, and that's okay. This doesn't have to be the direct for you.
Yeah.
Just like chill out with the just another reason why I should never buy a Switch 2. It's like more games. This sucks,
God damn it, I hate that.
This should have just not even happened.
Yeah, right.
Should have just been an email.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, I like the text message, the email or a text.
Yeah.
I actually would be stoked if I got a text message from Nintendo. Hey, guess what? Guess what games are coming to your Switch 2 this year? I'm like, oh shit, that's rad. Oh.
I'd stash.
Yeah, so I got my list here. Monster Hunter Stories. I think for probably a lot of us, the first thing that stood out was the art style and the color palette, right? Both of those things meshed really well together. Looks very nice. Once Upon a Katamari looks like a great time. One thing that wasn't announced in the US Direct, it was announced in Japan, which again is just another W for fans of HD 2D games, right? RPG fans, which is the Dragon Quest 3. HD 2D, getting a free Switch 2 upgrade today.
Oh, hell
available
yeah.
now. So if you own the game, you can upgrade right now.
I was unaware of that.
Yeah, then the Japanese.
That's rad.
Right. Yep.
I literally watched the showcase, jumped to work, and then got off and got ready for the podcast. So that's cool
Nice.
to know. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a huge win. Very happy about that. Obviously, 1 and 2 are coming out soon here, October 30th. So a few months away. What else? Just Dance, man. You know, they can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Dancing machines, the dancing queens. You know, I've never wanted to just dance, and nothing's changed there. I'm good. I'm gonna
Well,
pass.
you said you don't want to just dance. You want to sing and dance, right?
Yeah, give me that sing game too, so we can do karaoke as well
There we go.
and dance.
Karaoke while dancing.
Oh God, it's a freaking boy band simulator.
Yeah, no shit. God. Oh, okay. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Again, hey, we knew this was coming. Happy for the Dragon Ballers. Plants vs. Zombies, replant it. Again, we knew this was coming. It is a fun game. I will say that. FIFA. Still gonna call it FIFA. You don't get fined for that, do you, Nate?
No.
Okay. All right. So not gonna give me a red card, right?
No.
Right.
No, you're good.
FIFA, yeah, you know, it's tough to see the frame rate, right, in the video. I think it's going to be fine, though. I think just going based off of what we've seen with WWE and knowing that NBA 2K is going to be the same version as the PS5, I think we're fine there. Pac-Man World Repack. Pac-Man World 2 Repack. I have the first one. I'll be picking that up. I'm a big Pac-Man fan. We talked
Looks
about this
fun.
last night. Yeah. Yeah, it's I think it's $29.99, which is how much the last one was. So it's a nice price too. I appreciate that. Final Fantasy Tactics. Look, you know, I already have this pre-ordered. Still excited for it. Gonna sink a lot of hours into that game. Persona 3 Reload. That was on my card. That was on my bingo card. Very excited. Actually, got that one.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, again, like we said, it could have been any Persona. It's just a matter of which one it was going to be. So got lucky there. Age of Imprisonment. Great to see it.
Mhm.
Again, you know, no release date. No big deal. Yeah, there's a plan for everything, right? Said it a million times. There's plenty of games to play.
The release date's probably coming in the actual Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're just getting the gameplay and the look of it out there a little bit more, and then I think the release date will come in the actual Direct.
Yeah. I thought it was a bonus to see it here because I know obviously it's Koei Tecmo, but at the same time, you just never know if they're going to leave it out because yes, they are a partner, but it's a Nintendo IP. So it's like really Nintendo could go either way with it, right?
Sure.
And my
You-
mindset was like, we'll probably won't see it. That way, if we do see it, it's a nice surprise.
Do you
That
guys
makes sense.
think, or Stash in particular, since you're going over your thoughts, do you feel like since we didn't get the release date, this is more likely now a January-February release, or do you think this still could be like a December title? Because I feel like I was expecting a release date in this one. We're probably going to get it in the September Direct if they don't do the Nintendo Today thing for this game. But I've been like, I'm starting to feel like this one might be January, February, and Prime 4 might be the December game, is kind of how I'm feeling now.
Well, I hope they don't put Prime 4 out in December.
Mm-hmm.
That's where games go to die,
Sure.
unless you're Smash Brothers. And Indiana Jones died there last year. And it's a fantastic game. So I hope that doesn't happen. You know, as far as the game, you know, obviously it's got that winter window, which gives them that flexibility. to have it in 2025 or 2026. Kirby got rated today.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the I don't know if it was the PEGI rating or Korean rating board, but the game got rated today, right? And that was a game that I've kind of looked at as a game that could potentially be pushed to early 2026, as well as Age of Imprisonment, right? So now that that's rated, is Age of Imprisonment rated yet? I don't believe I've heard that. So I kind of look at it that way, like, well, Kirby just got rated, and maybe it seems like Kirby's a little bit more likely to make it this year. Maybe Age of Imprisonment does slide into the early 2026, which is why they're keeping that winter window, right?
Sure.
Kind of how I was looking at it. Madden,
Sorry.
It looks
This
like
game.
Hyrule Age of Imprisoment's got a PEGI 12.
okay. So they're both rated. So yeah, they could both come. I think Nintendo will probably look at DK too and how well it's pushing out consoles. I think they're going to want to see what the return's looking like on that. And that could possibly dictate how the release schedule is going to look if they think DK can possibly carry it for the holiday. And obviously, we don't know what's going on with Mario. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Again, Madden, great to see. We'll know how it plays in 2 weeks. Chilling by the fire. You know,
It was nuts.
it's my thought was that it's novel. I feel like it made it into the direct because it utilized a lot of the Switch 2 functionality.
The camera and stuff.
Camera,
And chat.
yeah, the
I
HD
got it,
Rumble
guys.
2.
We all have to buy it because then that takes our Thursday chat. We can do it in that.
Right.
I-
I thought about it.
I want to say really quick, the direct that we're showing right now is coming in a little bit choppy. I just want anyone in the audience who's maybe watching this for the first time with us tonight. These games weren't running choppy like that. I promise you, everything was nice and smooth, except for maybe this game right here, which I think looked. I feel like Outlaws. I don't know what you guys think. I felt like this one was the game that looked a little bit rough.
Yeah. It's tough to tell, Gamebird, because they're pairing it with so many cutscenes.
Right.
Like for example, outside of this today, NBA 2K did their first gameplay reveal,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all cutscenes. There's no gameplay here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And same here. Like, this is 90% cutscenes with a few actual gameplay scenes. Very
Right.
few. Like this right here, right? That is a short little clip from, it looks like, actual gameplay, but a lot of this is just cutscenes.
Sure.
So Ubisoft does that though. They do that with Assassin's Creed all the time when they show it off. It's all cutscenes. It's like, come on, bro. We want to see the game. We want to play the game. We don't want to watch the game. Show us how it plays. But yeah, chilling by the fire. So $15 for that. Again, novel use. It's interesting. Do I think it needed as much playtime as I got? Absolutely not. But hey, again, I think it made it in there because they're taking advantage of like all the different things Switch 2 can do, and I think that's why it made it into that. Apex Legends, yeah, August 5th for the new season. I don't play it. Hopefully that works out good for the Apex fans. Yeah, the Hella Mouse game, again, looks hella cool. We'll have to see in 2026. I did think it was interesting that there's multiplayer in there as well. Yeah, I'd like to see how that functionality is.
Part of it.
Yeah. Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2. I thought this was really
Yeah.
cool. Again, yeah, like we expect all the Yakuza games, right? We've talked about this on the podcast that all of them are going to make it over to Switch 2. And so, yeah, I own Yakuza Kiwami 1 physically on Switch 1. And it was nice to see that if I, for anyone who owns it, you can upgrade at a discount. And they had the Japanese price for it. So they had the yen, and the conversion for us was like $6 and I think 60 cents. So I don't know how much it's actually going to be because that's a very odd number for US. Maybe it'll be $6.99, but inexpensive upgrade for Switch 2. And I did see that they're going to have a couple SKUs for it, for physically and digitally. And then there will be a digital bundle to get Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2. Don't know what the price is yet on that, but again, Yakuza games are, obviously amazing. Game Bird, I know you love them, so was hyped
Yeah.
for that.
Can I interject? I was a
Yeah.
little disappointed, and I only say this because I'm working with Sega on a Yakuza 0 video, for those who don't know. The first time ever playing it. And one of the reasons that I'm really loving this is the English voice acting, and they didn't bring English voice acting to these ones. So I think for people who, apparently I found out this is actually a really popular opinion. There's a lot of people playing it for the first time that like the English voice acting. I think it's a mistake to bring these ones out right now without putting English voice acting in it. Just my opinion.
It's interesting because I know a lot of people like
Prefer the original,
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess Sega will have to sort that out, whatever discourse comes with that.
Yeah. I mean, there could be an update in the future too.
Yeah. What I'm hoping. So you guys know I love Yakuza. I think this series is so cool. I hope Switch gets all of them. I want it to get to like the new ones. I feel like 0 to me is like the pinnacle of storytelling in the series, but the story is just amazing from beginning to end, this journey. But the recent mainline games, Infinite Wealth and Like a Dragon, really exploded Yakuza and made it more mainstream. I mean, Infinite Wealth was one of the highest rated games last year. It was in like the average like 93 or something like that. But there's also a spin-off series called Judgment that takes place in the same universe. There's two of them.
Two of them.
They're amazing. They're fantastic games. So I hope this means that those are going to be coming as well. But the interesting thing is we got Yakuza 0, which was a prequel, kind of sets up the story. Then we got Kiwami and Kiwami 2, which are remakes, in the 0 engine of the first two games. But 3, 4, and 5 didn't get Kiwami versions. They're just remasters. So I'm wondering if this is something that as the series grows and we see more landing on the Switch, maybe we'll get a Kiwami 3, 4, and 5. I don't know. That might be a tall order, but it's just something that's interesting to me.
Yeah, totally. I agree, man. I'm excited. Again, I'm glad they're all, going to be here. We have someone backstage right now.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh,
We do. Let's
Schnapple.
get her in. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
There it
Alyssa
is.
Milano.
Couldn't stay away.
That's
An addict.
Oh, not much. Yeah, that's right. This game looks interesting to me. This one I was pretty excited about. It's pretty awesome that they have a demo for it too.
Yeah.
I wish more
absolutely.
games did demos.
Yes.
Yeah, I just downloaded.
I feel like
the
they definitely sell more games that way, honestly.
Yeah,
Yes,
especially when it carries
amen.
over too.
I love that. And bring
Yeah.
back video game magazines that come with demo discs.
Demo discs,
or in the case of Switch 2, demo cards.
Yeah.
would be
Demo
rad.
codes.
I miss those
I'll
days.
take demo key cards. I don't care. I just want demos.
Right?
All right, Chronos. So this is a game that I've been following since it was pretty much announced. I definitely did not expect it to be coming to Switch 2. So I thought that was really cool. Chronos, did you see that, Game Bird?
Did I see what? Did I see Chronos? The trailer for Chronos?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks rad.
Yeah,
I think it was one of the coolest little reveals. And if I remember correctly, it's the same team that did the remake of Silent Hill 2, correct?
Yeah.
So
team.
Yeah, they've been doing some good stuff. So I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, they have. And they do a lot of like remakes. So it's nice that they're getting an opportunity to like do a fresh IP here. So yeah, excited for that. And that's coming out soon, September 5th. Like that comes out literally like right when we're getting back from PAX. Okay, yeah. So the Adventures of Elliot. Extremely excited for it.
Hell yeah.
Now look, for me, I think this direct's gonna hit different for everybody. But my favorite genre is RPGs. And then if you want to drill down a little bit more, it's JRPGs, right? And then you can probably drill down a little bit more too. And right there is going to be like HD 2D, right? I love the big 3D open world ones, like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Dragon Quest 11S in the 3D mode. Like I love the big open world ones too, but JRPGs specifically, absolutely love them. And I love the HD 2D. So for me, this direct really hit. The Adventures of Elliot, that's a game that I'll pick up day one. Octopath Traveler 0. Day one. I picked up Octopath 1 and Octopath 2, both on day one. So I'll be there to play those games. Very excited for them. Again, yeah, the Star Wars Outlaws, hoping to get that game from Ubisoft so I can check it out. Because I don't want to double dip on it. That's not a game I really want to double dip on. I know Nate does not want to double dip on that either, but I'd love to see how it runs on Switch too and report on it for everybody. Get my kind of thoughts on how everything performs. Borderlands 4 again. We already know about this coming out October 3rd. One of the highlights for me as well. First off, Square really kind of carried this, right?
Totally.
Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven. That's a Switch 1 game, but the Switch 2 version was announced today. And you can upgrade for $10. So actually, I didn't have it yet on Switch, but I picked it up today physically from Amazon. It's on sale right now. I got it for $29. So I'll essentially get the game for $40, a Switch 2 edition. And I watched some reviews on it, some spoiler-free ones, right? So I can kind of get an idea again. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to play this. So that was exciting because, again, you can get that right now. And then they showed Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. They showed a little bit of it.
Yeah.
This is a game that I'm already picking up. Yeah. Like it's ninja season right now. Obviously, Ninja Gaiden today, which I'll be getting to after I finish the game I was literally playing right before this for review. So I'll probably start that tomorrow. But it's crazy to me to think that in the year 2025, that ninjas are making such a big comeback, right? Like Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi in less than 30 days of each other. Like, what world are we living in?
I know. I part of me wishes we had a 3D Shinobi game coming out this year as well, since we're getting 3D Ninja Gaidens and stuff.
Oh yeah. Not to mention the other Ninja Gaidens. Like we had the one earlier this year, and then we have 4 coming out in a couple of months. It's like, what is going on? This is wild. Very cool. And then they showed NBA Bounce, which I think this game looks awful. I think it's a disgrace to basketball as a whole, like the sport, not even the NBA. Like it's disgraceful to the NBA to like sign off on this license and to give it to the developer. Outright Games, OG Games, aka Outright Bad Games, dude. First off, it's a complete rip off of NBA Jam, obviously, and we've seen this stunt pulled before. Okay,
NBA
except and that game sucks. That game sucks, and it's
Two of them, by the
full.
way.
Both of them are trash. They control horribly. The shooting's terrible on it. No, honestly, I hate those games, and they're filled with microtransactions. They're
Maybe
filled
we
with
could get
them.
we
If
could
you
get
guys
that
like-
team on
if
for an
anyone else
interview
likes those
sometime on the
games,
podcast.
You're wrong.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
Wait,
If anyone likes those
Throw
games,
'em.
you're wrong, just so you know.
Oh, I think they're complete crap. So yeah, NBA Bounce Man, dude, that looks horrible. Mascots, really? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I
That's what
finally
you're
get to play as Bango. What are you
Yeah,
talking
right?
about?
Dude, you could do that in NBA Jam right now. They have all the mascots as secret characters.
I know
Plays the
that.
Sun's gorilla.
I
You
know.
know? Yeah, just like I think it's full price too. I think it's $59.99, which is outrageous
Brutal.
for that trash. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Goodnight Universe and Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Wheat
Damn.
Flower. The full title is Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Wheat Flower Wonderland.
good lord.
Which one takes the cake? That or The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales?
No. There. What was
They're both
the
6
what?
words. We're gonna have to run a character count on it.
Well,
No,
I'll
what was
say
the
this,
name?
though.
Go
on.
ahead. I was just gonna say, what was the name of the remake or remaster of the first Nier game? It was
yeah,
so
yeah.
ridiculous. It was
Yeah.
so wild. I remember
was.
hearing it announced at the Game Awards, and I actually thought it was a joke. I was laughing. I was like, "That's hilarious," and it was the real name.
So
Yeah.
what I was gonna say about these names was for the Elliot one, I think it's the start of a new franchise. So you think about it like The Legend of Zelda, The Adventures of Elliot. So like it's the overall name of the series, then a subtitle. So I actually don't mind that because it just reminds me of how Zelda games are named.
I don't mind it either.
It's just the first one.
I like it.
But you
I like
probably
it. I like
could
it.
call it The Adventures of Elliot and then then moved on from there. But whatever.
Yeah. So
There's
I think Elliot's rad. He reminds me of like a badass, like almost like a fantasy Carmen Sandiego, but a dude. I think he's awesome.
yeah, it looks
I like the
awesome,
red
dude.
fedora.
So look, out of all these games, right? Okay. And I'll just finish it up with this. Out of all these games, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. I'll be doing the upgrade. I will be picking up Pac-Man World Repack. I already have Final Fantasy Tactics pre-ordered. I don't own Persona 3 Reload on PS5 because I knew it was going to come to Switch too. As far back as the time it was announced. Just gut feeling, so I waited. So I'm going to pick it up for Switch. Age of Imprisonment, yeah, I'll get it when it comes out, whenever it does. Yakuza Kiwami, I will be upgrading, and I'll be picking up too. Chronos, I will most likely be picking up, as long as everything performs fine on Switch 2. I will 100% be getting The Adventures of Elliot, Octopath Traveler 0. I already picked up Romancing Saga 2. It'll be here tomorrow from Amazon. I'll be doing the upgrade. I already have Shinobi Art of Vengeance pre-ordered. I'm hoping to get a code for Outlaws, Star Wars, and Borderlands 4. We'll see how it goes. So for me, that's a lot of games that I just named off that I'm going to be playing. And a handful of these I didn't know about, like Elliot, Octopath, Chronos, Yakuza Kiwami 1 and
Monster
2,
Hunter.
1 getting an upgrade, and Romancing Saga 2 getting a Switch 2 upgrade, and then Persona 3 Reload, and Dragon Quest 3 HD 2. So like the point
And
is
Monster
that
Hunter.
yeah, and Monster Hunter. Yeah, thank you. There was a lot of like new stuff announced that I am legit buying. I have a legit interest in, and I'm really happy it was announced. So for me, this was a W. Now, obviously, I understand this ain't gonna hit for everybody, right? But that's life. That's life. Your time will come. Probably at the next direct. Nathaniel,
yes.
what are your thoughts?
So everyone knows at this point that I really enjoyed the direct, despite a lot of people telling me how wrong I am. It's okay. Everyone's allowed to have different opinions. My favorite comment of the day was someone saying that, of course, you like the direct. You know, you like to suck on Nintendo's big diggling. That's fine. Cool. None of these games are made by Nintendo, so I don't really know what you're talking about. Just to be completely honest. Sorry, I like games that aren't by Nintendo. My bad. But yeah, if I like Nintendo games, it's a problem. If I like games that aren't Nintendo, it's a problem. I don't really, I don't really know how to react to something like that. It's like, no, look, obviously, the big thing with this direct is we're in a new generation, and there basically isn't a game out yet besides like maybe Cyberpunk that people feel like we needed a new generation for. Like people still feel like Mario Kart World could have been on Switch 1. They feel like DK Bonanza could have been on Switch 1. It doesn't help that they began on Switch 1. So people are like waiting for that direct that just like proves the power of the system and why we need it. And this obviously wasn't that direct. Right? Like a lot of Switch 1 games, a lot of games on both. The Switch 2 games, like the Campfire game, looks cool. Yeah, only possible on Switch 2 for the camera, thing. Because yeah, there's mouse controls, but you could do that with control stick or motion controls. So it's like, the game definitely doesn't look like it needs to be on Switch 2, but that's one way.
It's such a silly line of reasoning, though. It's so silly. First off, we've already seen stuff that we know can't run on Switch on Switch 2. We've seen, dude, look at the screenshots of Final Fantasy VII Remake. They look incredible. We already know that game can't run on Switch 1. Cyberpunk, that's one that we actually have in our hands that looks fantastic that we know can't run on Switch 1. Elden Ring is going to look beautiful and run beautiful on Switch 2.
We hope.
We hope. I'm convinced it will. I believe it will.
Yeah, the footage, the little snippet of footage we have did look a little rough frame rate wise.
You never know. Yeah, like it might be tarnished a little bit.
It could be a little bit of tarnish there.
But I understand that sentiment of we don't have release dates for a lot of Nintendo's games. Fine. Okay, we knew it's a partner direct. So people wanted like big blowouts. They wanted to see Call of Duty. They wanted to see these bigger AAAs that are supposed to be the reason that multi-platform is going to be better on Switch 2. And I think people got to the end of this and they go, multi-platform doesn't feel any different than on Switch 1. These are the same kind of games we got on Switch 1. Like, oh, we got another Octopath Traveler. That's what they ended with. Well, we got 2 of those on Switch 1. Oh, we got Elliot. Well, we had Triangle Strategy on Switch 1. Like, these games don't look like it's just like people don't feel like, and this is just the sentiment I saw, and I understand it, that they just don't feel like this direct proved anything for anyone that we even need a new generation. And I understand that to a point. Here's my thing. The reason I felt the direct was great because there's a bunch of games I'm going to buy and play. That's the bottom line. These games really appeal to me. So I just care about great games. Like Elliot and Octopath Traveler 0 look fantastic. I know I'm day oneing those games. I know I'm going to try to clear my schedule to play them right away. So that's awesome. And that's just some of the examples, I'm probably going to pick up Monster Hunter Stories 3. Probably try to play that one right away if it lines up in my schedule. I literally just pre-ordered Madden 26 right now during the podcast on my Switch 2. I'm going to be playing that on Switch 2. Hopefully I don't have to buy it again on Xbox.
So basically
double dipping. So I'm excited by the direct, but I do understand that sentiment that's out there where people, this is the first direct since the system came out, right? So people put a lot of pressure on this direct, and people don't really feel like that pressure was met with exciting games that make you feel like you have to buy a Switch 1 or Switch 2. Sorry. Yeah, I remember because like people they spent a lot of money to buy a Switch 2, right? The most expensive Nintendo system ever, $450. Got the bundle $500, and they just don't feel like, okay, besides the 2 Nintendo games, if you weren't interested in Cyberpunk, right? Like, not everyone's interested in Cyberpunk. A lot of people are interested in Star Wars Outlaws. They kind of like this direct was a little underwhelming because like most of these games are just on Switch 1. Like I don't need a Switch 2.
I don't know. I feel like that it's a little bit silly, to be honest with you, man. I know that that's what people are saying, but I mean, look at Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It looks fantastic. We know that's coming. We've also had stuff announced already outside of this direct, like Splatoon Raiders. I'm sure that game is going to be awesome. We've got Kirby Air Riders coming. I'm sure that game is going to be awesome. We're getting third-party support that didn't exist. Yes, we're getting stuff like Project Octopath and the HD 2D stuff, which was already there on Switch 1, but we're getting new stuff from third parties that would have never landed on Switch 2. I think that speaks volumes for what the trajectory of third-party titles is going to be throughout this console's journey. This is year one. I mean, is there anything? Can anyone name anything from year one of PS5 where you felt like, oh, this is why I need a PS5? Like this could never exist on PS4. I mean, Demon Souls, to me, that remake was the exclusive. That was
good.
the game
for
PS5. Other than that,
well, the pack-in title.
Oh yeah, the pack.
Lord, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing. I will give it that. But I'm just talking from like announcements because we knew God of War was coming to both. You know, Miles Morales was going to be on both.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff, Horizon as well. Wasn't Horizon on both? Like that whole first year and a half was mostly PS4 and PS5. Like
Ratchet and Clank,
together.
right?
Ratchet and Clank was like the one big exclusive, that was other than Demon Souls in the back end, but
tons of people were complaining when the PS5 came out about what we're talking about right now.
Absolutely.
And I'm over here saying, like, who cares? Who cares if it plays on PS4 as well? Does it play better on PS5? I think so. I'm having a great time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's all about, are we having a good time?
Is it about the graphics, or is it about whether the game is good or not? Like that's the question. What's more important to you? Would you rather a pretty game that's absolute shit, or would you rather something awesome that maybe isn't like a mind blower? I know what I pick every time, and that's like listen, I love pretty games, but sit here and tell me with a straight face that like Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4 Pro didn't look as good as anything from year one of PS5. That game looked equal to anything we saw in that first 12 months. Ghost of Tsushima is beautiful. It's got a beautiful art style, and the game's a lot of fun. So I'm just saying, like, the games are going to get prettier and prettier as time goes on. If that's what people are worried about, that they didn't see anything that was just like, and like, guys, we haven't gotten the real heavy hitters. Wait till we see the next mainline Zelda. Wait till we see the next Monolith game. Wait till we see the next 3D Mario. There's going to be a lot of really great stuff that's impressed us. I think one thing, like Nate, you mentioned this, a lot of the stuff we've seen so far, stuff that's art was originally in development for Nintendo Switch. I think what's exciting about that is knowing that, oh shit, these are like originally Switch 1 games. That means it's only going to get better from here. But sorry, tangent. I just think it's like so silly. It's like, dude, this is the first 12 months. We already got 2 juggernaut titles. We got a brand new mainline Mario Kart. We got a brand new mainline Donkey Kong game that's an open world 3D platformer, first time in over 20 years. And we're for sure going to get a badass direct in September, just a couple months away. We've got killer third-party stuff coming, new exclusives, Hyrule Wars. We got all this cool stuff. It's like, I don't know. People need to
plus we're only like a little over 7 weeks since the console released.
It literally just came out.
Yeah. People got to chill, man. Like, play the games you have. Play all the games in your backlog. If you don't have a backlog, it means you need to widen your gaming palette and play more games, because there's too much out there, man.
All right.
Nathaniel.
I trigger everyone by mentioning why people are disappointed. The thing is, like, I really enjoyed the direct. I really did. But again, I still understand that sentiment. It's like this direct would have been good if Switch 2 didn't exist. I get it. Like, this isn't a PS5 to PS4. The Switch 2 is supposedly a significant leap over Switch 1. We saw that, actually. One of the games in there for sure is showing that. Star Wars Outlaws obviously won. That that's one of those games that people don't tend to care about. That one didn't review well. People didn't have as much fun with it as they hoped. But there's that Age of Calamity or Age of Imprisonment. Sorry, that game looks visually so much superior to any Zelda game on Switch. It's insane.
It's crisp,
dude. That looks
Yes.
it looks so crispy, and I'm like, damn, okay, yeah, that's and it's looking smooth. It's running smooth too. Like I'm not used to Warriors games on Nintendo running smooth, so this is like that. That's the game that I'm like, okay, yeah, we need to switch to for that for sure. So again, my opinion is this direct was about a B for me because there was just a lot of things that appealed to me personally. And honestly, I'm pretty satisfied as a gamer the rest of the year, just looking at the games coming. I mean, just to add additional context, this is going to be in my news video tomorrow, but Kirby got raided. Kirby Air Riders got raided out in Saudi Arabia. And what's really interesting about there is apparently this is just what's being reported. I haven't fact checked it yet, but apparently Saudi Arabia doesn't rate things. Like they refuse to rate games unless they're complete. So the ratings board literally won't rate your game if it's not a finished game, which is crazy. Maybe it's not that crazy. It's a 2025 game.
Sounds efficient.
Yeah, so like that. I mean, that sounds like an efficient way to rate too. Because if you think about it, like Peggy, ES3, they all rate before the games are done.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of weird. To,
or
like
if you slip in like a nudity scene.
Yeah, like what happens, So I do not that the games rated like Peggy 12 are going to suddenly do that, but the point is that like apparently Saudi Arabia has much stricter requirements on their ratings. So while this isn't part of the direct, it's kind of like okay, well Kirby Air Riders might be the next big game to come out. Like that could be our September game, or maybe it's coming out end of August, and they're just going to drop the date with a big blowout overview trailer or something, right? So I understand all the sentiment for the negativity because people, if it's going to be a third party direct, they want to see the big bangers. Like someone put it in the chat. Shout out to whoever said this in the chat, but it was something about how I don't get how you could enjoy the direct when you guys had such, all these crazy predictions and stuff. And it's like, well, sure, those were crazy predictions. That's what they're for. They're for fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not about. I'll give you an example. Those predictions for me, outside of a few of them, they got a little wild. Those were called expected things. A lot of it I expected. So I expected Final Fantasy. I expected Elden Ring. What was so cool is what I expected isn't what happened. And so it actually ended up making it a much more surprising direct. Starting off with Monster Hunter Stories 3, none of us thought that was happening. That's a huge surprise game. Nobody knew about Elliot. Never leaked. Oh, we thought maybe something Octopath Traveler. We didn't know it was going to be a brand new sequel. And the only reason we even thought about that was right before the director was a leak from Bill Kunz saying the name of the game, but he didn't know anything about it. So it's like, dude, this is awesome. Like these are all surprise games. I knew Katamari. No one expected that. He showed up. What we knew about that was that Chronos game.
Yeah.
Like it was an already announced game, but we had no idea that was coming to Switch 2. And if you go back and look at all the other trailers for the game, this is the best looking trailer for the game. If you go back and look at the other ones for that game that came out, people were really confused about this game. They didn't really understand it. And then today's trailer, like, put it all together for people, even people that have been following the game. And now they're even more excited for it. So I think that this direct was perfect, but it's, when I say perfect, I don't mean like it's an A, but I mean perfect in context to whatever the marketing plan is. Because if Kirby Air Riders really is something that couldn't get rated in Saudi Arabia till it was finished, obviously September, it's just a month away. It's only a month away. We're literally in the last day of July, so it's a month away. It's already August in for half the world. So I think that Nintendo, this all makes sense in context of after the next direct comes. And I know it's always like, oh, you're just putting it off, right? You're just putting, the games will for sure be in the next direct. Well, the games the games that everyone want to see have to be in some event at some point, and I'll remind people that there's a certain event happening in August that Nintendo is participating at this event. And that event is Gamescom. It's possible Nintendo has stuff being shown off at opening night live for Gamescom because they have a massive booth. They're one of the bigger booths at Gamescom. So it's entirely possible that Nintendo has this marketing plan in place and there's more games, could be third party, we don't know, but there's more games that could be shown off at opening night live that are going to be revealed for Switch 2. And then we get to September. And we get into September, and then there's a Nintendo Direct. Suddenly, that's 3 marketing events, 3 months in a row. That's probably going to end up in context to be a very, very good marketing plan. But I know we're projecting out future announcements to say, well, how good was this Direct? Well, I can only speak about how good this Direct is today. And for me, it was a B because there's just so much in this Direct I actually wanted to play. So many surprises that I didn't expect. Even that campfire game, dude, it looks weird. Like, I'd rather all of us be around each other at an actual campfire, like in my backyard, drinking some beers, just shooting the shit. Our late night chats that we do sometimes after the show feels like that should be a bonfire chat. Out shooting the shit. But we don't have a bonfire. Well, we could all get on the campfire game. So I can kind of see where there's that appeal to that game. So, as I've rewatched this now, this is the second time it's playing through the whole Direct on the show. Honestly, it's interesting because I watched the beat 'em ups video on this today. He dropped a video because he live streamed it, and then he dropped a video about his impressions on it. And I kind of feel like him. My initial impressions were already pretty good, but I understand some of the concerns. But then he had a kind of a negative reaction to it live. And then as he was making the video, he started realizing, like, dude, I'm going to be playing like all these games. This is not a bad Direct.
Right? Like, I'm buying so many of these games. This is great for me.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it's not like we're getting these in place of Elden Ring and Final Fantasy VII Remake. Those are still coming. So this is a huge win.
We're getting these and those.
Yeah, we're getting both.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. When I got to the end of his video, I was like, that actually, it's kind of how I feel. Like, the more I watch this and the further I get away from the live portion of it, I like it more and more. And I think it was just, we had these expectations based on rumors and leaks, of course, but also just based on knowing a bunch of games without release dates. And we still don't have those release dates, and it feels weird. But that doesn't mean what was shown was bad. Like, these are awesome games. This is Elliot right here. I'm so excited for this game. The demo, I've already heard people telling me the demo's fantastic. I'm like, sweet. Can't wait.
Yeah.
So, it's a B for me. I don't know. Third-party Directs are really hard to get an A for me because it has to be 100% tailored to me, and that pretty much is never going to happen. But, dude, I even like Madden 26. Yeah, I just pre-ordered it on Switch 2. I saw the footage. I finally saw the footage away from the Direct for Switch 2. Dude, I watched that. I watched the Xbox and PlayStation trailer. Yeah, the resolutions are different, but the frame rates are the same. And the graphics look pretty damn close.
Frame rate. Yeah, frame rate where it's at, as we know.
Yeah, the frame rate being the same was like, okay, yes.
Yeah, we want the performance.
Especially in a sports game, competitive games.
Always,
nice.
Exactly.
Oh.
This game looks great.
Dude, it's wild. Yeah, like, I know there's going to be people who are going to be like, what a shill, or coping. The Direct sucks. Like, I've been vocal about it on this podcast. I love RPGs. I love pixel RPGs. I've been on a big kick. I'm almost done with I've literally, like, I've sent
you asked me for recommendations.
Yeah, just asked Stash yesterday for a recommendation on Dragon Quest. I love these kind of games. I bought a bunch of pixel RPGs during that fantastic eShop sale that we had recently. Yeah, like this is just awesome. So people could call me a shill just because I like these kind of games. I'll go on a limb and say, not only do I own the Switch 2, but I'm also going to own these games, and I'm going to own them with my own money. I've never received $1 from Nintendo. I've never made $1 making YouTube content. So call me a shill for liking like in this show. It catered to my interests. And again, like I said, not everyone's going to be interested in it. If we got a direct that was all first-person shooters, that would not be a direct for me. I like some first-person shooters, but it's not like a genre that I'm like super crazy about. I like the RPGs and the adventure games and the platformers and that sort of thing. I like all kinds of games, but if this was Call of Duty, Battlefield, and PUBG, and like Apex, and it just went on like that, or it was a Games of Service Fest
and like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I would check out.
This would be pretty low tier for me. But I also wouldn't hop into a news article or someone's YouTube video and be like, another reason not to buy the platform.
No, I'd be like, good for you, dude.
I'd be like, these games weren't my cup of tea. Excited for everyone who likes it.
Cool.
Alyssa,
yeah. What's your deep dive thoughts on this direct? I know you want to talk the Zelda stuff. We'll let you.
Yeah.
We'll let you pop up.
And it's okay if you don't like the direct, by the way.
Yeah. I mean,
another reason for you not to buy
It's the
Switch
worst
2,
direct
right?
she's ever seen in her life.
no, I wish there was like one thing that was like kind of like big, like, oh my God, for me personally. But I do really like that there were a lot of things here, pretty much almost everything here was something that we didn't know was coming.
Sure.
And then I'm also like not mad like that there weren't as many things for me. I like that other people got what they wanted. And like Stash said, your time to shine will be like it will come. But I was happy to see Age of Imprisonment. I was a little bummed about no release date, but I'm like, if they need more time, they need more time. I don't want them to rush it out, so I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Do you think was there anything else that you think that you might be interested in trying, like Elliot?
Yeah, I'm definitely
That
gonna
one-
play that demo. That looks like a lot of fun. It
People are
reminds me of like
comparing it to
Zelda a little bit.
Yeah, that's what people are comparing it to, a top-down Zelda.
Yeah,
So that might be.
I was
that
King
might be like-
Dodongo there at the end. I'm convinced.
that might be a sleeper hit for you.
Yeah,
So,
the mouse game Hella, that looks really cool too. And then the multiplayer was really surprising to me. I was like, because it doesn't seem like we really know the premise of the game, like what you're really supposed to do. So I'm curious to see like what you would do with like other people, like what your goal is.
I am too. That was intriguing to me that there was multiplayer and then like seeing some of the footage where like one of the mouses like opens up, I think the doggy door or something, lets another one in, and when it's stealing a cookie, I'm like, like it reminds me of like Untitled Goose Game.
sure.
I guess you could say you're mousing around.
Yeah, right. It's like that with maybe a little chibi robo, I think.
Yeah.
And then you got platforming elements to it where it's swinging like the mouse is Indiana Jones, and I'm like, what is going on here? This is intriguing, actually.
All giving Stuart Little vibes.
Yes. Yeah.
So I gotta share. I want to share this too because I just remember this. So this is like legit. This is my buddy. He's not a YouTuber. Nintendo consoles are his secondary console. He's a Sony guy first. Let me pull up the text message real quick.
Boo him. Boo that man. No, I'm kidding.
Hold on. So he texts me. This is at 8:41 in the morning. He goes, "Hey man, did you watch?" And I said, "Yep, I was working, so I was pretty short." And then he responds to this. "One of the best partner directs I've watched." Yeah, that was his response. He's also a big RPG guy. He plays a lot of RPGs. So it just goes to show you, like, people are saying it's like ass. Like, there's stuff in here that like people really enjoy. So it's not a win for everyone, but it is a win for a lot of people. And Alyssa, I was going to say, like, you might want to check out. I don't know if you've ever tried out the Monster Hunter store, because I know you love Expedition. The Monster Hunter story RPGs are really good, and I think there's a demo. I could be wrong. Maybe chat will know. Pretty sure there's a demo for the second one. That's like a 5-hour demo for the second game.
Oh wow.
Okay. The combat system is badass, and you kind of capture monsters, and the monsters are in your party, and it has like the typing, and you can combine the typing like you do in Expedition to like combo off your attacks. It's a really neat turn-based RPG that also has kind of like this kind of reminds me of Persona 2 in a way, with like the all-out attack where like all your
Okay.
beasts go in for like a super move, but it's really fun and charming.
Yeah,
So that
I'll
might be
definitely look into the
might be
demo.
one to
for that
try.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, let's get sort of this. I know you want to talk Zelda. Let's just get it going. I'll pull up the trailer, put it on repeat. Let's give you a second. You can start talking. What?
Yeah.
How excited are you for the Zelda game, man?
So I remember like the Tears of the Kingdom hype and thinking like, what is going on with like Zelda? And at the time there were like those rumblings like a playable Zelda, which was most likely Echoes of Wisdom. But I was curious, like, oh, is there a way like we're gonna get to experience this like through Zelda's like her perspective? And like I wasn't like bummed that we didn't in Tears of the Kingdom. It was kind of just like a hope thing. But when I saw this, like I literally the first trailer, I lost it. I cried and I was like shaking. I'm like, I know it's a Warriors game, but like look at this lore. I'm like, I wanted to be Zelda and know what she goes through and all this. Because the Zonai seem very interesting and mysterious to me. And there's just so much like in the past that they didn't really talk about. Let me tell you about the imprisoning war.
Yeah.
4 times. But like I teared up at that part where they like grabbed the spear together because I'm a emotional little baby and I love love.
Mm.
So I thought it was cute that they're like
It's not
you know
much
working together,
back then.
and then like Waru and Zelda do like a combo attack together too. I don't know if anybody really cares if Link's in the game. I personally don't. This is like a one like thing that I'm like I don't care if Link's in this or not. I kind of don't want him to be in a way because it doesn't seem like it would make sense.
It literally wouldn't make sense
No,
with Tears of the
right.
Kingdom.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
there's a theory out there about the end of the trailer. I don't because
Like Link being in the construct or something.
yeah, Link being in the construct. I don't think
Yeah.
that Manure we know makes constructs, so I don't really think
Yeah.
it's to Link himself. There is a really cool thing though that the construct could be. People found this in the trailer. There's a little section of the trailer where Fi's theme or whatever plays.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, yo, guys, this is Fi's theme. That was like one of the things that I like perked
And
up
I'm like,
about.
oh my god, is that one of the? Is that like a character that's going to be in here and is in one of the constructs?
Yeah.
That would be sick. That would also bring the connection to Skyward Sword back into play, which would mean
Yeah.
maybe it's not a separate timeline. Let's get this going. Let's make this more complex.
I feel
I
like
was
they've been
thinking-
doubling
I looked at, like, the
down
clause-
on that this game
sorry.
is canon. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying, I feel like they've been doubling down on that this game is canon.
Yeah. I noticed that
They
they're like
mentioned
the
it again.
canonically title. I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
keep saying
keep
it.
saying
Yeah, they keep saying it. This is what happened when Zelda went back. This is the imprisoning war. I'm like, yes. Yes, you're not Age of Calamity and splitting off
Yes.
timeline stuff. Yes, let's go, man.
I loved Age of Calamity and as a separate story and everything, but for it to like work, I was like, I don't like this split.
And
thing.
I'm even
But
like,
I enjoyed playing it.
because of the flashbacks, we know what some of the key moments are. Like we know, yes, the queen's gonna die, right? But dude, look how good this looks visually. I now get to see what it looks like at this level of fidelity when they remake those scenes. Oh, that's gonna be sick. And guess what, guys? When they do all the things, remember how you beat all the dungeons and they have the same cutscene? I bet you that's fixed here. I bet you as that plays out, it's not going to look the same as it did in Tears of the Kingdom. Thank God. Oh, I can't wait because here's the thing. Like when the queen dies eventually, because we know that she gets killed, it's going to be even sadder because we're going to feel even more connected to her now than we already did.
Mm,
Because I bet you her and Zelda are
Right.
just like best friends, basically, for a huge chunk of the game.
Well, she kind of like trained Zelda like helps her learn her like
How
recall
to- the recall ability and stuff. Yeah.
and her inner light powers and time power.
Yeah. And there's
I think
new
I'm gonna like.
too. There was a new voice acting in there, like we heard a Gerudo voice acting, and I'm like, yes, yeah, they're
I
going.
think we might have heard the Rito one too. I can't remember. I went back and watched it like once today. I was really busy.
It
at the
just
end of
makes
the
me
day.
excited. I'm like, dude, yes, this is even more voice acting than was in Tears of the Kingdom. Let's go.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna like this game more than Age of Calamity, not
Oh,
just for like
1000%.
not just for like the multiverse reasons, which takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails. Because I love the first Hyrule Warriors. Actually, I love how ridiculous that game is and how
Yeah.
That was why it was so good.
Yeah, that's really what made that game. But with this one, the thing that really killed, I don't know if everyone feels the same, but the thing that killed Age of Calamity for me is the Divine Beast missions. Those missions like that for me, like they're cumbersome and kind of like, I don't know. I just don't have, I didn't have fun with them. I want to play as the character on the ground, doing my special abilities, just being like the giant thing with the laser and spamming the laser button over and over again. It to me is like, I hope this is the only time I have to do this. You know what I mean? But of course, you know, there's a number of those. This one, it looks like there might be some construct stuff, but the construct I imagine is going to be a lot more interesting than the Divine Beast mechanics, where you know you're an on-rail shooter just firing the same laser button over and over again.
I'm just kind of
curious
excited to see Hyrule before it, like, is this before it was built out, or is this after the kingdom was established? So we actually get to see it before it's all wrecked. Be interesting, because like I've been trying to pay attention to the backgrounds, and I'm not seeing as many damaged buildings, which I think is exciting because we haven't seen this world's Hyrule undamaged before. So that'd be kind of cool. I mean, it's gonna get damaged at some point, but I mean, I think part of the game we'll get to see it undamaged, and I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Like even seeing Hyrule Castle like in its full glory, even for a moment, would be sick.
Oh yeah.
So I can talk about this.
You know what else
too.
is going to be sick about this game? Is that we're going to get to play as the Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf. Because if you're a fan of Warriors games, you know this is like a common theme. You finish the campaign, and the late game stuff is you playing. If it's Dynasty Wars, it's like the Lu Bu. You play as like the kind of the enemy faction stuff. We obviously got that in the original Hyrule Warriors. I fully expect it here that there's going to be Ganondorf missions in this game. Really cool.
Would be cool to get some like background on him and like why he's so mad. Like why he doesn't want to join with Hyrule, like Rauru. I'm curious, like when Zelda gets the Master Sword, like how long she hangs on for it, like hangs on to it for. Like if it's pretty soon after, like she, the thing happens, or if like they do something with the sword. Because I was thinking like a little bit like now, what if they use the sword somehow with the construct, and that's why there's Fee's theme. But I don't really know why they would do that. But it's just a thought. I'm just curious when the Master Sword will come into play and if it's just kind of there.
Right. It could just be like a nod, like a little Easter eggy nod.
Ooh. What if, I don't know if this has already been, established, but how Fee gets into the sword. Push it all, or
I think the goddess Hylia created her and then put her in the sword, but
yeah, I mean that's established in Skyward Sword, but
because I wonder, that would also make sense, maybe happen in this kind of in this game here to kind of see that happen.
That would be cool.
Because then it, brings the Master Sword back.
And Zelda can like understand Fee too. Like she responds to it. What if Fee gets a voice actor?
What if Groose is in it?
Groose is actually Ganondorf.
Right.
So they say.
Isn't that a theory? Because he's got the red
Yeah.
hair and the gold eyes, and he's
Yeah,
like the
gold
start
eyes,
of the
yeah.
Gerudo race.
Yeah, they got to do the. You thought I was Ganondorf, and then pulls up the thing. But it was me, Garus.
Grusendorf.
Grusdorf.
Grusdorf. What's I don't know why. I didn't like it when they gave Ganondorf a last name for some reason. It feels off. I forget what his last
It
name
does
is.
feel weird. Isn't it like
Yeah.
Dragmire?
Yeah, Dragmire. Thank you. Ganondorf
Boo.
Dragmire. They should have just kept it Ganondorf. He doesn't need a last name.
No.
It's so
It
weird.
makes him sound really old.
I
Like,
know.
maybe he is really old though. I don't know.
We'll get hopefully we get that. I mean, they did it for Ganondorf. Maybe we'll get a Link last name reveal.
Oh God, please though.
As
He's
long as
just Link.
it's Link, like Mario.
Link, Link.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So what else?
Yeah. Right. Stash thoughts.
Mm,
I know you kind of you gave him a little bit on the review part of it with the thing, but what are you most excited about this game?
to play it.
I mean, yeah.
Are you excited to slash like all the enemies, or are you excited to learn like the lore and the story?
The lore.
Yeah,
The lore.
definitely.
Yeah, you know,
It is
Zelda's
satisfying to slash.
part of my DNA. You know, it's been with me since childhood with the NES. It is my most favorite Nintendo IP, right? Very special to me. So I've talked about this before when it comes to movies, right? Movie trailers. When I see a movie trailer, I know if I want to watch the movie pretty quickly to where I don't need to watch the other minute or minute and a half of the trailer. Once I know I want to watch it, I like to turn it off. I don't want to see it. This is kind of how I feel about video games too. You know, I don't like to I guess you could say, you know, pick apart trailers and like do deep dives and try to see if I can like uncover anything about it, because I don't want to. Like, I want to wait for that actual day to come and then enjoy it and figure it out for myself then, instead of speculating on it and then thinking about it constantly, because then I don't enjoy what's in front of me.
Nothing beats the surprise.
Yeah, this is just how I operate on a regular, basis. So as much as I love seeing this and I think it's great, it looks fantastic, I try not to think too much about it, because when the day does come, yeah, that surprise factor is going to be really nice.
Yeah, Stash, when you talk about, the old days and how much the series means to you, I went and grabbed this is the first video game I ever owned. Right here.
You and me both. The first one. That's the first game I
Very
ever
first game
got.
I ever played in my life. It was a hand-me-down NES with this cartridge. And I was too young to fully wrap my head around Zelda, but I played it every single day. I died millions of times, had no idea where to go as a kid. But I learned and I got better and got a little farther. And as the years went on, eventually I beat it one day. But it literally helped shape who I am today, at least as far as some of my passions and hobbies.
Me too. I've always said that the same as well. Yeah, like I've said this in an actual job interview before, and only because the person interviewing me, I know she's a big gamer, but they were talking to me about like my troubleshooting skills within the company and like how I'm able to figure stuff out so well that other people can't. And I kind of smirked. I'm like, to be honest with you, I think it all started with The Legend of Zelda on regular Nintendo. and like it's spiraled ever since then. Because growing up, I briefly explained that we didn't have strategy guides. Nobody
No.
had knew how to beat this, and you have to troubleshoot constantly in the game. Try new things. If this doesn't work, try that. Try that. Maybe you need to walk away for an hour, return back to it. Try this, and it's been like that my whole life now.
Yeah.
Like I'm 40. I started playing Zelda. I got it for my 5th birthday, but I started playing that with my brothers in '88. So
Yeah.
37 years it's been a part of me. And I think we owe a lot more to video games than people probably think. That have
Totally.
helped shape us. Not
Dude.
just from an entertainment standpoint, but from a skill set.
I share the same exact sentiment as you. Problem solving, critical thinking. These are things, as silly as it sounds, that Zelda helped teach me growing up. Obviously we grew up at a time where like we started with no internet and then we were introduced to dial-up. But
Yeah.
like back then, in the 90s, when you were stuck, or before internet, you just kept trying until you figured it out.
Yeah,
And maybe you
yeah.
never figured it
You
out.
have to
You know
use
what
your
I mean?
brain.
And then
Yeah.
once the internet came along and you were able to realize like, oh wow, people, like, this is a great source of information, and you needed help on a video game, you were stuck somewhere, it was like a 200, 300 page document that was looked
Ga-
like it was typed with a typewriter.
GameFAQs.com.
GameFAQs.com. And you'd be scrolling through dozens of pages looking at typewriter style documents trying to find exactly, and there'd be like the glossary and stuff, and
Yeah.
you'd be using the glossary to help navigate. Is that the name of the place I'm at?
You'd be
It was
surprised
wild. Now
how
everything's like
beneficial
right at
that
your
is.
fingertips. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you'd be surprised how beneficial something like that even is, where you go on to GameFAQs and you read the old guides, but literally following directions
Yeah.
and executing,
Well,
and
yeah,
how
we
that
also
actually
used to use
applies to the workforce. You know what I mean?
well, we used to also use maps to figure out how to go to like a new restaurant. We,
Yeah.
remember when
Now
people
look,
pull up maps?
for a large majority of my life, and really still to this day, I refuse to go online. I didn't buy strategy guides. It was not my thing. I remember when I had Ocarina of Time pre-ordered, and they kept trying to upsell me, and I was with my mom. They kept trying to upsell me on strategy guides or strategy guide for the game. So, "Oh, you're probably gonna need it. Like it's Zelda. It's really hard." And I remember I said strategy guides are for pussies, and I said it like with so much like angst, fuck you, bro. Like I don't fucking need this. Like that was my
That's
attitude
hilarious.
as a teenager, right?
I gotta go grab something because of this
Yeah.
conversation. Keep talking. I'll be right
All right. Yeah. So of course my mom looks at me, and I don't swear in front of my parents. I'm respectful in that sense, but just like today, like every once in a while, I swear a little bit, and I was offended, right? Because I never want to take the easy way out. I feel like when you do, beating a game is less gratifying. Like rolling the credits when you did it yourself and you didn't have to look anything up. You didn't go online. Like you did it all yourself. You figured it out on your own. It's just more gratifying when you beat a game straight up. You don't use cheat codes. You don't play it on the super easy difficulty. You don't have to play it on the hard one, but you play it on the normal difficulty. I think when you do all those things, it enriches the experience.
for
So
sure.
I like that purest experience.
Not to be a pussy or anything.
Yeah, but you're gonna bust out that strategy guide.
I've only bought one strategy guide in my life. I can't believe I still have it. I remember finding it in my closet and being thrilled. And it's relevant to the topic because it is a Zelda strategy guide, not Ocarina of Time. but it's the sequel.
Majora's
My
Mask.
old
Yeah,
Prima Majora's Mask.
I remember
And
seeing that on shelves everywhere.
I beat the game without a strategy guide, but I didn't find every mask in the game. And
Yeah.
I had to do it, as a kid. I was like, I love this game so much. Like,
I know.
just being able to if it was any other game, I would have just done it on my own. But with the time mechanics, I just felt like certain hour on a certain day, if I'm not standing in this spot.
I get that.
So it's
You
the
know-
one that I get, but I'm kind of glad I have it because I don't know. I remember sifting through this and like that feeling of like, dude, I fucking got them all. I got all the masks and how cool it was. And the art too. Now that like manuals are gone, like some of the
Yes.
amazing art that's in
That's something I wanted to say
it's
too
got, like,
about
the cool,
strategy
like,
guides.
oops.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I like strategy guides now for different reasons, and it's for the extended lore, right? It's because it acts as an instruction manual on steroids now, right?
Yeah.
And it's for things like that, like the maps too. I have the
Dude, the
Tears of the
maps
Kingdom
are
guide.
amazing. Dude, they're all 3D and stuff
Yeah.
for the like this is so rad.
Oh, speaking of maps, hey, check this out.
This is
Hey,
why I
so-
got it. This is why I got to kick off that show and tell series. And I know, Alyssa, you expressed some interest in it as well. I really want to get this going because I think this will be really fun to do.
Definitely.
Okay.
Remember how I told you with Breath of the Wild that I got a custom map printed out and I couldn't find it?
Yeah.
And like I took it to Kinko's, FedEx Kinko's, and it was fun. I was like, I want to do this the old school way with like a map and like a marker. And I couldn't find it, man. And I finally found it. So I just want to show you guys. This was the map that I literally did my whole thing on. But you guys can
That's
see
awesome.
all of my
Yeah.
I don't know if you can. There's so much glare. You see the X's and the circles?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And literally I was like just using this, like as I'm playing and I got my marker out and I'm like, okay, I'm
That's
like
like-
looking here and I'm looking at the game. There's
That's
like I
like
think I'm in
Dungeons and
proximity.
Dragons style note taking.
Dude, it was so much
Love
fun.
that.
So, yeah, no joke. This is really fun. It's very fun to do it this way. Something about it was like extremely gratifying, right? To just figure out where the shrines are with just a map. So
That's rad, dude. I love
yeah,
it.
thanks, man. Nathaniel.
Yeah. So as I was freaking out, I'm like, I didn't want to interrupt anything. You guys had a great combo going. Free Metroid hat just out of nowhere dropped
Yeah.
a 50 bomb.
Yeah.
Just out
man.
of nowhere. And it was Zelda related. So I'm like, what is happening? Zelda Adventure of Link ending theory. Oh, see. Now you're talking to my heartstrings. Be careful here. It's my third favorite Zelda of all time. Theory. What if Ganondorf takes the Master Sword from Zelda and stabs her? Then Rauru has to use one of the Dragon Tears to save her turning her into the Light Dragon from Tears of the Kingdom. Then Zelda uses her new power to help imprison Ganondorf. Okay. And so it's Age of Imprisonment ending, obviously not AOL. I got excited for a second that it was AOL, then I'm like, it's an I now. I get it. Hey, I
Interesting, but I don't know that it makes sense.
I see your thing. I like theories.
Me too.
Sometimes they don't make sense, but then they do make sense if you just keep it. Like if we get Free Metro had another 50 to explain it more. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure it'll make a lot more sense then.
Yeah.
But that is wow. First off, thanks for the $50 for supporting the show. I do appreciate it. I'm going to do a celebratory shot for that because the fact that I walked away to deal with a Netflix issue with my fiance because she didn't know the login and how to fix it because we just changed our Netflix account over. And I come back and you guys are still deep talking Zelda, and then this drops. I don't even know what's happening right now. But I appreciate you guys keeping the Zelda conversation going. That makes me very, very happy.
Well, we
even
really
if I missed
couldn't
half
move
of it.
on to the next topic if we wanted to, because you knew most of it. So
Well, the next topic can be moved on to whenever, because here's the thing. Are we ready to move on to the next topic? Because I think there's a topic we have to do between this and the next topic.
fair enough.
I think we had a bet going with our bingo boards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think we need to check in on the bingo boards.
Oh,
I'm
God.
pretty sure.
You gotta check out on the bingo boards. I'm just saying it shouldn't take long just to see what we got right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's based on percentages. Stash made his percentage much harder to hit, but you know, you might have more. You might have a high percentage.
I only got 3 correct, and I would have had 5 had I not moved 2 off my bingo board.
You only got one. Hold on,
got
Eric.
one.
Eric, share your quick so we could take a look at
I
your
got
board.
one.
Since you say you have
You
one,
got more than one, Eric.
No, I
You
did
got more
not.
than one.
I have
Well,
one.
let's share it.
I'm getting there.
We have to determine.
I'm getting there.
We got to see it together again. Remind ourselves
Share screen.
of who's getting punished at PAX West.
That would be me. 100% me.
I know
Well,
you.
on the bright side, at least you're gonna look badass at PAX, man.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah, right?
dude, you
Yeah.
might get hit on.
Yeah.
You might find Toadette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna look totally awesome.
Let's see here. I'm looking at the list. Just
have
Dance. You got Just
Yeah,
Dance.
there's my one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
you only got one.
Pac-Man collection.
I
If
told
If
you.
you would have just left it at Pac-Man, that would have been 2.
No shit, Sherlock.
But you didn't. And if you
No
would have just
shit.
left it at Octopath, that would have been 3. But you
I
didn't.
know.
Damn. Yeah.
I told you. I have one.
Yeah. I mean, you guys all have more than one, right?
Yeah.
How many do you
I
have
have-
stashed? Remember, you had 30, so you got to get a percentage higher. You might need 3.
Yeah, I had Persona 3 Reload on the money. Final Fantasy Tactics, Star Wars Outlaws, Borderlands 4.
This is
Four-
mine.
it's 4 right
beat,
there.
I definitely beat Eric because I have Borderlands 4, Star Wars Outlaws, Hyrule Age of Imprisonment. That's 3 already. And then there was a for sure 4th one, Madden. Was Hades 2 shown?
No.
Nope.
I couldn't remember if it made it in the sizzle reel or not. And NBA wasn't shown. That was after, right?
Right.
So yeah. So I still beat Eric. So I don't have to worry about that. And then it sounds like you percentage wise should be above Eric since he's 1 out of 25.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was simple
got-
then. Eric,
I
you got your
got-
ass-
Yeah, I got 3. I got Hyrule Warriors, Persona 3, and new HT 2D game.
Wait a second. How many did you have stash? Correct? 3?
4.
4? But you
Yeah.
were 4 out of 30.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That means I had the best card. Percentage wise, 4 out of 25, baby.
So the 2 things I took off my bingo card was Star Wars Outlaws, which was
Mhm.
stupid because I knew it was going to be there, but I made my card before I knew we were going to be doing any bets. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
this is
so
too
you know,
boring.
you-
Obviously, Star Wars. I was
It's
like, I got to
any of
take
our
a
cards did
chance.
well. It's like
I-
any of
I
our cards-
literally replaced Star Wars Outlaws with new Platinum game, which I actually thought that there was a strong chance that something Platinum could be there.
I'm
and then
just
the other
saying,
one-
coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Hey, I didn't lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
That's all that matters. I didn't lose.
But I'm trying to celebrate the
Yeah.
small victory. I got
Yeah.
the irrelevant victory.
You know what I think we need to do next time?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about this.
Establish
we-
it ahead of time.
That always helps.
Actually,
Always.
look at the games that have been announced and are more than
Looks like
likely to be
a
shown because
Well,
I did not do any of that.
No,
That's on
no,
you. That's
two
on you.
cards. 2 cards. We have
Okay.
a fun card and we
Yeah.
have a competitive
We're-
card.
Oh, there we
Okay.
go.
Because I
think-
would have
I think
put in
Stash just-
Madden. I would have put in 2K. I would have put in
Stash
Just
needs
Dance.
more spaces for all his picks.
Yeah,
Right? No, I would have
I'm
put
kidding,
in
I'm
all
kidding.
that stuff. You know,
Yeah,
like
see,
yeah,
what
just
Stash is
slam
saying
dunks.
is he felt jobbed. Even though
Yeah.
none of us made our card in that way anyway. Literally all of our cards were massive wish lists.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, but Madden is gonna be
What?
there.
Yeah, I probably would have put in Madden. I probably would have
And
put
you
in
know Just Dance is gonna
FC.
be there.
You probably Just Dance. I would have put in like all the for sure yearly titles.
Yeah, I totally would have. So I
Just-
want to do a competitive card and a fun card.
Generalized, I would have just said Persona anything instead of Persona 4.
Are you
Same,
drinking
yeah.
milk?
Like I put Monster Hunter on my
Muted.
card.
I am.
but I
Right,
put
but-
Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, instead of
So I would
something
have
more
put Monster Hunter
Oh,
and got, you know what I mean? Like,
There we go. Well,
Guys, look at
I could have got a lot of points.
dude,
we
that
got
is
a milk. We got a milk lover.
is that
I
milk?
do. It is milk.
She's
Oh,
drinking
hell yeah.
milk coming in. Dude, we
Dude,
started a
I
revolution.
some
Nice
chocolate
cup.
milk. I got some chocolate milk upstairs.
But did you see the cup?
Yes, I did. I
Oh,
was too
yeah.
distracted.
Well, the glass first, then the milk.
Well, I was
Yeah,
too
okay.
excited by the Sour Through Link to know what was in the cup.
Yeah.
You know,
There's that.
I'm just saying.
Hey, just for S's and G's, let's see if I know they're not part of the bet, but do you still have Alyssa's and Landon's cards?
Oh, sure, of course I do. Do you think I just dump it? I
You
don't
never
even
know.
dude, I never
You barely clean your PC off. Yeah, I
no,
know.
I barely clear my downloads folder.
Yeah,
I'm
fair
very,
enough.
very bad
Fair
about
enough.
that. I don't know which one was which. Oh yeah, I do because I labeled one. All right, so this was Alyssa's. Let's see if she got what she got. Borderlands 4.
Yep.
That's for sure. That's 1, 2. So she beat you, Eric.
Well, yeah. Again,
Madden 3.
There's Persona guy, but I didn't know it. I
Oh,
just put
oh,
Persona.
She might have beat
And
me.
DBZ.
And DVD. She's in first place, so she
Yeah.
was part of the competition.
Yeah.
There's no prize for first place this time, but you know. There you go. There you go. And then
oh yeah, and the free space.
and yeah, and then the free space. And then we have Landon.
Yeah,
Let's check out his Nintendo Lands card right here. Dude, he had Pac-Man World 2
Yes, he
repat
did.
right off the bat. That's
Yeah.
1.
2K. No, that wasn't in there. Yep, never mind.
Glancing here. 2, he had Hyrule Warriors. So he beat Eric already. 3, he had Madden.
Yep.
And 4 with Outlaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's he tied with me, I think.
Yeah.
There we go. So next time for fun card, competitive card. And if for some reason your for fun card is better, I guess it's whatever card's better.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be more fun to have a both
Dude,
cards.
yeah,
I'm
well-
gonna show up. I'm showing up with
And
so
the
many
next
cards.
one's probably a general direct too, so it's gonna be a wild, wild bingo boards we're gonna be making
Mhm.
to try to
Yeah.
be safe and predictable versus what we want to happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be absolutely crazy.